Meanwhile, at the Hall of Cage.
Well, I'm one of those fortunate people who like my job, sir. Got my first chemistry set when I was 7, blew my eyebrows off. We never saw the cat again. Been into it ever since.
I did a bare 360 triple backflip in front of 22,000 people. It's kind of funny. It's on YouTube. Check it out.
Oh my God, a gun!
Somehow they managed to get every creeping freak in the universe in this one plane.
Coffee and a muffin. Okay, so I need to establish themes. Maybe banana nut. That's a good muffin.
So just quiet down, my little one, and call me Dad.
We get some balloons and go to the puppet show.
Sorry, boss, but there's only 2 men I trust. One of them's me, and the other's not you.
Blop, blop.
Leaf blower.
Where the fuck is it?
Fuck is what?
IMDb's being stupid.
Oh.
Yeah! Like, IMDb is so, like, trash.
It's the opposite of totally tubular. Like, call, gag me.
Like,
I'm so sure.
Like, why in heaven?
Oh my God.
Flight of the Seabirds.
Oh my God.
Why would you ever hang out with anyone from Hollywood?
Oh my God, you guys.
No one knows what's happening. Hey, everyone.
Welcome, everyone, to Caging Greatness, the show where we discuss the films of Nicolas Cage 49.836% of the time, I think it was.
Quick math.
I did it like 2 days ago, and I just fucking forgot.
Hey, there's a lot that could happen in 2 days.
I know.
I mean, shit.
Totally. And if you couldn't tell by our totally natural, regular accents and words that people use all the time.
Right? We actually watched Birdie tonight.
Like how we totally speak in our everyday life.
Like, totally. Oh my God. We watched Valley Girl.
We're going to lose fucking listeners on this episode.
Like, I just feel bad. Like, the dude from Dublin, the new listener from fucking New Zealand, and Brussels, and the Germans, like they might be so fucking confused. So we watched 1983's Valley Girl, and that's the accent that we are attempting.
That's the accent you're going to hear.
Oh my God!
For probably the entirety.
God, I'd turn it off.
Sorry. Okay.
What happens when keeping a bit goes wrong?
It's only been going for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's not even been like a minute and a half.
Like, historically, we've had much longer bits. Let's be
That
real.
is true.
Yeah.
And we paid for every single one of them.
Speaking of, there we go.
No, I did the thing.
I'm channeling my inner Valley Girl, and also we only had a pineapple White Claw, and I'm gonna try one on
And I
air.
got the last can, the Blue Crush Monaco cocktail.
Man, I thought that was a Michelob for a second. I was like, when did they change their cans?
And I have tap water from the sink in a leftover Gatorade
I
bottle.
was like, why is it clear fucking Gatorade?
This was the Gatorade I had during the movie, and I've just refilled it with tap water.
This is a lot of flavor.
I mean, all White Claws are gross. I'm sorry.
And this just feel like it's, even though advertised as a Long Island in the can, it tastes almost just like a can full of blue curacao.
I was about to say it's blue. It's supposed to taste like a Long Island. Why is it blue?
That's just blue curacao in a can.
Like my blue raspberry flavored
Taste that.
caffeinated water should have been blue, but it was clear. This Long Island is blue. It tastes like a fucking margarita. What the fuck?
I'm just going to keep enjoying my water. Thank you.
That tastes nothing like a Long Island. Like,
unless Long Island's are fucking regional Monaco.
Delicious water.
ew. Yeah, but yes, Valley Girl. We definitely watched that.
Gag
Wow,
me with
that's
this
gross,
spoon.
Pat. Ew, this White Claw's better than that.
I mean, blame the folks who left us over at our party.
I mean, touche. This is what I'm drinking. Somebody left
That's
over.
a pineapple White Claw. That's the last one in the box.
I thought that was always like black cherry or some shit.
I like it better than pineapple.
I mean, yeah.
This episode brought to you by shit tier drinks we found in the fridge.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm happier with my tap water than you two are with your actual drink. So,
No, we're still better.
I mean, like I said, I think like Liz put it best. Like it's like seltzers are like someone took a bite of a pineapple and like breathed on a sparkling water. That's basically it.
Yeah.
all I'm saying is that when CM Punk said, "I'm straight edge, and that means I'm better than you," I'm not disagreeing with him.
But you're agreeing too much.
But I also like CM Punk's other quote. It's like, yeah, I'm straight edge, but I'm not a prude about it either.
Right. Yeah. I love CM Punk.
Yeah, it's like, I'm straight edge. That doesn't mean I don't suck cock.
I don't think that's the quote.
That's not the.
I don't think that's accurate.
That's not the right usage I'd be doing.
So we watched Valley Girl.
Yes.
It's Shimmy, Cannon, and Pat, and we watched Valley Girl, and
It's a Valley Girl in a Valley world.
And I'm that canyon guy. Let me tell you. See what I did there?
I see what you did there.
And I am Purple Mountain Majesty Pat.
Yeah. Or blue tongue Pat here in a little bit.
Yeah,
the longer you drink that.
And I am apparently straight edge Shimmy. So Valley Girl.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I am super duper curious to find out what y'all thought. So let's get right into it. Cannon.
Yes.
1983's Valley Girl.
1983's Valley Girl, starring Nicolas Cage, Buck from Kill Bill, and the voice of Tommy Pickles.
Yes, Deborah Foreman, Elizabeth Daly, Michael Bowen, I believe, is Buck,
Michael
who
Bowen.
likes to parody.
Also, Elizabeth Daly now goes by E.G. Daly, in case you were curious why
She
you didn't
played the
hear
voice of
the-
Tommy on the Rugrats.
and Buttercup in Powerpuff Girls.
And an entire slew of cartoons that you probably knew and didn't know.
Yep.
Oh,
Extremely
yes.
prolific voice actor.
Oh, yeah. One of the
Yeah.
most prolific, I would say.
It's like I clocked that voice like immediately. I was like, wait a minute, that's Tommy Pickles.
That was impressive.
And the voice of Tommy Pickles making out with a dude named Tommy at one point. I didn't
That
like.
is funny.
You know what? E.G. Daly was the only good Tommy in this movie.
Yes, agreed.
The asshole boyfriend of the main lead actress named Tommy, played by Michael Bowen, who from Kill Bill, you might know him as Buck. He likes to party.
Yes.
So, yeah. It's loosely based on Romeo and Juliet, I'm told, and also a Frank Zappa song that he sued over.
You know, I think it's very appropriate that we're drinking White Claws for this episode because much like in the way a White Claw has like the vague notion of a fruit flavor on top of alcohol, this movie has the mirrors approximation of a Shakespearean classic on top of a teen movie.
Like, totally. Wherefore art thou, Cage?
It's like, where are you?
Yeah, Wherefore Art Thou, Cage, not in this movie and a whole hell of a lot.
So, Cannon,
Yes.
what you think?
Well,
Take a swig first.
Yeah.
first time watching Valley Girl. This might be one of those cases where I don't have a star rating just yet. Like, I'm not 100% sure where I'm. I think I know.
Do you know, or are you more left or right of that star scale, more towards the behind a 3 or in front of a 3?
As weird as it may sound, it may be on the good side.
Oh,
Because, honestly, as choppy as this movie can be at times, as just there are some cuts. Let me tell you,
abrupt cuts.
sudden.
Brutal cuts.
It's
I'm still bleeding from those cuts.
and again, you totally know what you're watching
Oh my
from the
God.
title. If you haven't figured it out, there's going to be a lot of that in the movie. So many so many likes. I know I'm guilty of saying all the time too, but damn.
This movie is so 80s that a modern show set in the 80s wouldn't make it that 80s because they would say that's too much 80s.
Yeah, Stranger Things is blushing right now.
But I mean, I would say I didn't have a bad time. There's a couple of bits in there that are just I mean, it's definitely a product of the time and whatnot. But
do you mean like that final musical number?
Oh God, we will definitely get to that. I don't know. Right now I'm sitting at a 3. Like, it's like right there. It's not my favorite, but it's definitely not the worst thing I've ever seen.
That's fair.
Definitely not the worst 80s movie I've ever seen.
Not the worst Nick Cage movie we've ever seen.
No, not by a long shot.
I feel like that rock has been firmly bedded in the ground.
Like, I for some reason, I feel like after some time has passed, I could watch this again.
That's fair. Pat.
Actually, in a fairly similar boat. Like, I definitely didn't hate the movie. I don't regret watching it. I feel like it's very indicative of its day, and like, I feel like it captures the spirit of 80s teen because it feels like it was made by 80s teenagers in the most literal way. I think at a base I'm sitting at a 2, but it's not an angry 2. It's more like that's an honest 2. Like, because I feel like there's not a whole hell of a lot that happens.
Yeah.
It is just like, feels like 30 minutes of plot stretched across like 99 minutes. But I was definitely like entertained throughout. So yeah, a 2, but I might give it a heart.
Okay.
Nice.
So like when it comes to romantic teen comedies, I don't like them.
How dare have teens have romances?
I know. I don't like Molly Ringwald. I don't like those movies. I don't like the fucking Breakfast Club. I don't like Pretty in Pink. It's just not my jam. It's not what I watch. It's not what I do. Because I don't. That's not indicative of my experience as a teenager in any way, shape, or fucking form.
I don't think hardly any of them
all
are.
other teenagers.
And so I don't like it. And yeah, there's not my jam. But like this one was fine. It wasn't a bad time. It was. When I say it was an inoffensive comedy, I'm not talking about the slurs. I mean in terms of content, time invested, how light the story is. It was just an inoffensive teen romantic comedy. There were some slurs. We'll get to that. Product of its time, not great, not good.
They were real liberal with the F-bomb back in the 80s now, weren't they?
Yeah, like up to because. Yeah, I was rewatching Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey the other day. There's one in there. So yeah, real liberal with it. But no, it wasn't a bad time. It wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't a quick 90 minutes, but it wasn't a long 90 minutes. So
I mean, I would say in terms of 90-minute movies we watched recently, I think Guarding Tess felt a lot longer than this.
I would agree with that. And I think the frenetic editing and pace of this movie helped with that.
I mean, they were literally, someone was doing blow in this movie.
Yeah. So I'm sitting at a 3.5. It was fine. It was good. I liked it. It was fine.
It's fine. He said it. He's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
The story is over. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's Say Anything with Nicolas Cage. It's fucking fantastic.
But yeah, I mean,
Say Anything but like. Sorry.
The plot of the movie, I was going to say the basic plot of the movie, but the plot's fucking basic. Plot of the movie is there's Julie, who has a shitty boyfriend, and they're all in high school, apparently. Like, they're like 17, 18 ish, probably.
I would say they're ostensibly 18, 19, but you couldn't tell with some of them.
Yeah, so Julie has a shit boyfriend named Tommy. And
all my homies hate Tommy.
She dumps him, and then she sees Nick Cage on a beach, and then she sees him at a party. She's like, he looks pretty cool, but he's like a hard punk rocker type dude, 80s hard.
Yeah, he's a real tough hombre,
like legit, like Flight of the Seabird hair, Flight of the Seagulls.
No, I'm not convinced that Nicolas Cage in this movie is not like a time displaced long lost brother of the Da Vinci twins. Da Vinci? Da Valley?
So she gets with Nicolas Cage, and they're happy. But then her friends, who are shit, are like, "Yeah, you can't be with him. He's not popular." And she falls for it like an idiot. She's like, "Well, I'm going to get back with Tommy." And he's like, "Well, fine, fuck you. No, hang on, wait, I love you." And so there's prom hijinks and a terrible song, and she runs off with Nick Cage, and there you go.
See, just like Romeo and Juliet.
Exactly.
What you didn't see is at the last fight, there's an extra like 5 minutes where there's just like a terrible car crash.
And I know we go through these overviews of the movies, and that is literally beat for beat the movie.
Yeah, like there's nothing else I can really say in terms of the plot.
Like it is a very simple plot. Like it's very bare bones, and it's
It's just really an excuse to show like teens hanging out in various like locales and just doing teen stuff.
There also is an attempted statutory rape.
Yeah, because like the whole Skip subplot just feels so disconnected to the rest of this movie. It's like, oh, we need to pad this movie out even more. So like here's
on the Wikipedia description of the plot, there's a whole paragraph of, and in a subplot, and then all the Skip shit just thrown in the middle.
Yeah.
Because like there's a random boy in the group like there named Skip, and like, oh, he's kind of cute, and then the mom's like he comes deliver my groceries, and then it's like the mom wants to fuck the delivery boy, and then there's a moment where you think the mom is fucking the delivery boy. But then actually it's the daughter, and like I was never sure who the daughter of the mom who's horny for delivery boy was.
Same.
Also, the mom looked like she was about the same age as the rest of them.
Yeah, like I would say, except for maybe the main girl's dad, I couldn't tell who was an adult and who was a quote teenager.
Like every high schooler in this movie was nothing less of like 28 years old, probably.
Well, Nick Cage was 19 in the movie, so like I think everybody else was approximately that age, but like people just looked older.
Like, was Nick Cage actually 19 years old in that movie?
He was born in 1964, and this movie came out in 1983. Shit. So he's at most 19.
He's an actual baby in this movie. Holy crap. This might be the youngest I've ever seen him in anything.
Yeah.
Well, with the exception of Fast Times, where he's in it for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Because that was like a year or two before this, maybe? I don't know. What was it after?
I'm going to look it up. I'm going to see what the timeline is.
And what I thought was so funny, that even though Nicolas Cage was 19 at least in the movie, is that the director said, "You're too hairy, young man. You need to shave that chest bush." But like he has chest hair, but it's specifically in a triangle at the top of his chest, exactly where an open button up would be.
It's a Y. It's almost like a Y incision for like a sternum sliced open.
So his first movie role was Fast Times, and he was credited as Nicholas Coppola. And he changed his name and then did this.
Okay.
So literally his second movie.
Right.
Oh, wow. Damn, baby Cage.
And I just think it's funny that whole chest hair thing is even more dumb when the fucking random Skip dude who gets a subplot in this movie, full chest bush.
Yeah. It was to show that he was mature enough to handle a mother, I guess. I don't know.
Were men just more hairy back in the day?
Yes.
It must have been all the lead in the water and the air.
Like, I was that hairy when I was that age, so, maybe it's just a bunch of hairy dudes.
I mean, I'm a pretty hairy fellow myself. However, I have seen hairier out there.
Oh, yeah. No, I had a couple friends who were like fucking gorillas.
Yeah,
I knew a kid in middle school who had like a full-blown dad mustache.
I had a buddy of mine who literally had a Cosby sweater worth of body hair, and he would shave it like on the regular. And I'm just like, how are you just not dying? Like bleeding through all of his shirts, just itching constantly.
Well, like when I was 11th grade, when I was a junior, my principal got mad at me because he was like, "I know you're not shaving like you're supposed to," because I went to a shit ass Christian private school. Like, you got to shave. We had to be clean shaven, and we had to have our hair off of our collar and ears.
Okay, I thought it was ridiculous they made us tuck in our shirts. What the fuck?
We also had to wear khakis and tucked in shirts with collars.
Well, that shit happened after I graduated, though. I missed that boat, thank Christ.
Like this is how school started. So I would show up. I would shave every morning. I'd show up by 11, 12-ish, like noonish. I had a 5 o'clock shadow.
And whose fault is that, Shim?
Genetics.
DNA.
But he came, every day he was like, Justin, you need to shave. I was like, I do. And one day I was like, look, let me prove it. I will bring my razor. You can watch me shave before school starts. And he's like, fine, I'll see you in the morning with your razor. I was like, okay, good. I'll be here at 7:30. And so I showed up and I shaved in front of him. He's like, okay, you look good. You should look like that all the time. It's like, fine, just wait. I'll see you in 4 hours. Noon comes around. I look like I have a 5 o'clock shadow. He looks at me and goes, you know what, Justin? I'm sorry. Don't tell anybody I said that. And then leaves.
Hit the bathroom and shave again. Like you just walk around with like the little right.
Just carrying Norelco with me the whole time.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, there were some people that were that hairy. Like, now the beard rule was A, because they were a bunch of super duper prudish assholes, but also B, because have you seen most middle schoolers try to grow facial hair? It's sad.
Hey, they're helping you.
So, like, there were only 4 or 5 of us that could have grown a beard by then, but yeah, there were some of us that were pretty hairy.
You know, we're part of the club. This is the beard and mustache club of just deranged Christian school.
For some reason, as soon as everyone graduates, all the dudes, they grow their hair long and grow giant bushy beards. Weird, right?
Just fluffing in the wind.
I mean, that was like when I was in show choir in college. Our director made the guys be like clean shaven. Like, she would even get mad if we didn't have a performance coming up. If we weren't clean shaven, she'd be upset. And I was a guy. I'm just like, I'm not shaving until I need to. Like, what the hell? Mm-hmm. And then when I started, it was the 20th year anniversary of that group, and we're looking at the montage video. And it, you know, obviously started in the late 80s, and I'm just like, there's a beard there. There's a mustache there. There's facial hair fucking everywhere. And I'm just like, hey, I have a question.
Why are you a hypocrite?
It's like every fucking guy the past 10 years of this group has had facial hair, and we're over here with razor burn every day. Fuck you. I know. But yes.
So yeah, guys were pretty hairy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Also, the guys in this movie, I would say most everybody in the movie kind of looks like if there was a music video where a Barbie doll house came to life. Because like Jimmy was saying, it seems like this is the most intentionally like targeted 80s content that someone is actively trying to make, like pandering levels of 80s, but like this was made in 1983. So I feel like, are they just trying to? It almost feels like all the 80s was just like a big product placement. Like, here's bright neon colors and pastels.
Yeah. That seems fair.
And also, people could just buy a fucking mansion for like $5 in the 80s because they're humongous houses.
Yes, enormous houses.
Because like when Cage is like hiding in the bathroom waiting for a main girl to get back, because like that's a plan.
Yeah, that happened.
After he was thrown out on his ear at the party from all his like his cool preppy friends and like a sailor, I think. And there's like, I'll just hide in the shower until she has to take his shit. That's a reasonable plan.
It's like literally like mobs of people have been using the bathroom for like sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and he's just in there the whole time, just waiting.
Yep.
That's his fucking plan.
I mean, it works.
I mean, it does work, but cowards. Cowards, it should have been full Dumb and Dumber when she just drops trowel and just...
But like not another teen movie when the Fournette Shin girl just like rips like sloppy ass.
He's just fucking inhaling that beef stew like, I fucking love this woman.
See, look, Cajun Greatness. See, like, forget that also ran Valley Girl remake for the 2020. No. We do the Cajun Greatness Valley Girl remake when it's just fucking stupid poo poo pee pee for an hour and a half.
Yeah, I forgot while I was looking up this movie to stream it. There is a remake from like originally 2017. You said
like 2017. It got delayed. But then like later he ends up in another bathroom in a club with his ex because he's sad because Julie dumped him. And so now we just add a scene where someone else is in the toilet and just goes, and he gets all wistful like, Julie, I'm coming, baby.
It's like, baby, they're playing our song.
I'm gonna be so angry if my doo-doo bit's in the remake
TM.
for a movie that came out like 2 years ago. Well, it was made like 5 years ago, more like.
But that was so weird when like random smoky eye ex-girlfriend shows up. Hey, let's fucking just rank ass bathroom.
It's like your place or mine. And it's just like, okay, we live in a toilet.
It's just like, fuck that. We need to sit down in this commode.
Like
That's full of just like blood and cigarette ash.
Oh.
The 80s were gross. And speaking of gross, like, oh my God, like when Nick Cage and his weird friend who keeps changing his name pick up the main girl and her best friend, let's go out in the town, ladies. And like they drive 30 minutes out of town, and that one bitch is just like, she thinks she's on fucking Mars.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah, no, her friend Stacy was terrible.
Yes. Coca-Cola? That's the devil.
It's like y'all don't have straw. This is like the fucking caveman shit.
Stacy, oh my God. So that's right, children. In a world of Stacy's, be a Fred.
It's like, it doesn't make sense. Like that one part where like, again, like that his friend was chasing her friend around the car, and for a second there it seemed like she was kind of like into it, but then later it's like, come on, let's go, blah blah blah. And that was the girl that ended up like just being the teetotal bitch, right?
Right.
Well,
the one
also
covered in cake at the end.
Was that the girl whose mom was trying to fuck Skip?
No.
That was
one of the other. There were four friends, right? There's Julie, who is the main, and then there's Stacy, who is the one that went with her with Cage and his friend Fred. And then there is the voice of Tommy Pickles, and then there's the other one,
the other brunette.
The other one is the one who had sex with Skip.
Yeah, because the one scene where they were all sitting together in that diner, that's when I finally figured out.
Because the party that was started in the movie, like that big party, that was at her house. And that's where her mom saw Skip, because her mom was serving the refreshments.
And by refreshments, we mean homemade sushi?
Yes.
Which seems psychotic.
Yes.
Because, like, I don't trust, like, some random, like, preppy white mom be just like, oh, here's this just charming little thing I discovered called sushi.
But it's a valley. They got to have fish.
And remember, this random mom was probably like 20.
I mean, she looked the same age.
Yeah, if not younger than some of the kids.
Yeah.
Quote unquote.
I mean, the dad that's there for 2 seconds who doesn't know that his wife is trying to fuck the delivery boy.
Yeah.
It's like, he looks older, but like literally the only parents that looked their age they're supposed to be was the main girl, and really more so her dad.
Yeah, because her dad's wife, like her mom, did look the same age as everybody else.
How come everybody in this movie, more specifically the guys, if your hair wasn't straight, you had Mario Lopez's hair from Saved by the Bell?
Yeah, there weren't a wide variety of hairstyles among the preppy boys.
No.
I mean
lots of pop collars.
Even the girls had pop collars.
Yeah. And also, fucking like in the 80s, pre-COVID grocery delivery? Like fucking innovation, right?
Well, I guess if you're rich enough, you can have some 18-year-old jailbait that you're trying to have sex with deliver your groceries.
I guess if your mom's also 18, it's not really like lurid.
It's like speaking of like side plots that just get fucking glossed the hell over. When Tommy and goddamn, what was the main girl's character? Julie. When they break up. He immediately starts to hook up with one of her friends.
E.G. Daily.
The voice of Tommy Pickles, yes.
And then and she's like, well, does this mean we're going to be together? And he's like, no. And then there's like, well, no. And then they're just say, I'm not going to say nothing if you don't say nothing, blah, blah, blah. And then just like, I kind of thought that was going to be used as like a plot point to get back at him later.
Yeah, that's clearly a setup for, I'm going to say something.
Yeah.
But nobody said shit.
Yeah, nothing came of it.
Because like, he's trying to, they're at the party and he's trying to like mac on, E.G. Daily, the blonde friend. And then like he takes her top off and does all this like shit, and then she's like, I don't think this is right. And it's like, yeah, it's not right. You're fucking your best friend's boyfriend who just had a relationship. That's pretty fucked to you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's like this really manipulative thing that
So fucked.
doesn't factor back into it.
Not
His
at all.
name is Buck, and he likes to gaslight.
His name is Tommy, and he likes to party. But yeah, it's just like that. The whole like jailbait angle. I mean, I guess that got some sort of finish. That weird, like, oh, he was having sex with his actual girlfriend instead of the mother
Or the girl.
or the girl. Yeah, that's right. They weren't really together.
He kept
It was
his
like
penis
ooh.
in his own age bracket.
It's like, oh yeah, I'm bringing this book back. Just like hunting, just hunting. He just walks into their house.
So, like, do you think it mattered which one was in the shower when he got in there?
No, he was just like Bush and just fucking just starts smiling.
Honestly, the door opens. It's the fucking dad.
We haven't seen you for like fucking 80 minutes, bro.
Are you talking about that or the fucking Nicolas Cage? Because he disappears for like 30 plus minutes of the movie.
Yeah, it's a big chunk where Julie's like, I love Randy, that's Cage's character, but I'd like to be popular, and my friends tell me I need to leave him because they're terrible. What should I do, Dad? Well, you should follow your heart. What's the thing you want? Nicolas Cage? Oh, there you go. What are you going to do? I'm going to dump him and stay with my friends because I'm an idiot.
And plus, like, the dad had, like, dad was, like, being reasonably, like, instructive to his daughter. But, like, when he brings out the photos of him as a young man, looks exactly the same, just longer hair. Like, I thought, like, hey, listen, just because you're with somebody now as a young woman doesn't mean you're going to be with this person forever, because he has a picture of himself with another woman before he met her mom. And then, like, I thought that was going to be his moral, but then it's like, something completely different.
Yeah, I think the moral was more of, look, I used to be a hippie, but now I'm a totally normal guy. Maybe this hardcore punk dude that you're dating will turn out to be normal too. Because, Nick Cage is hardcore punk dude in this movie.
Like, Nick Cage is just a giant gawky nerd.
Like, I may have heard it right, but like, didn't she say like when she saw one of the pictures, like, hey, who's that guy right there? And he goes, oh, no, don't worry about that. And just like put it away.
Yeah, I think it was before your mom.
Yeah, before your mom. And I was just like, again, something that just wasn't fucking talked about again.
Yeah, because like her mom and dad are like hippies, kind of, or like former
Flower
hippies.
power, dude.
Yeah, they have like a vegan restaurant, man, and there's just like one customer who's just like really conspicuously annoyed by everything that happens in the restaurant, man.
And like, honey, we just want you to be safe. We know you were out all night, but are you being responsible?
Yeah. Like, she's on the floor, spread eagle, doing yoga. It's like, where have you been? We've been worried sick.
I feel like the parents were like kind of reasonable in their response.
Yeah.
But then the still daughter's like, oh, fuck you, mom and dad, for just measured, calculated response for having really, not too bad boundaries.
Well, sweetie, we don't have any secrets in this house. We just want to make sure you're okay. Where were you literally all night? God, you're smothering me, Mom. Oh, no, I'm totally
The only secret
Jupiter.
to this house is dad keeping a picture of a girl he knew before he met you, mother.
And hiding his fucking stash in the back room.
His mom's just like, where's the ganja, dude?
It's like, ain't no way they didn't smell what he was doing back there. That is some bullshit.
and he would have like some grody, like twigs and frog level fucking dank shit. Smell like fucking mulch and like tar.
God, but yeah, like going back to their night on the town. I just love that one scene where they're in the bar because like it's very dark, everything was red, and I'm literally waiting on Batman to show up at any moment to start beating people up.
I mean, you could convince me that was like an alternate cut from the Batman because it's just pitch black with some red overhead lights, and like also. What was the deal with that one scene where Nick Cage's like, I like that girl, I'm gonna go try to get her, and
couldn't see shit.
But like they pulled the car over in literally the blackest, darkest spot on like the top of a mountain outside of Hollywood.
Yeah, not the greatest lighting for the outdoor scene.
No. It was metaphorical. It was to show you how dark his heart feels without his new love.
I think it was budgetary because they had $0.
We couldn't find a street light, okay?
I mean, we can't go to places that have street light where there's still cars that pass.
This was the only place they'd let us film. Oh my God.
You think they got permits for shit? You think Coca-Cola gave us permission to put that in there? No.
We don't have any spotlights. Why do you think the club scene was so fucking dark?
We got to go with Buzz fucking Cola. And that tastes like sugar nails.
God. That one scene where they're like driving down the street, and like I know, like I watched like that fucking old Jim Carrey movie Once Bitten again not too long ago, and they again have and I know it's done in like 1,000 movies, but that one scene where they're just going down the road and you're seeing everything on the strip and whatnot, I was like, this is in the same universe. Hell, when they get to that dark red gloomy club, they're like pale ass motherfuckers outside. They were vampires. This movie is in the Once Bitten universe.
I could be convinced that every 80 movies happen at the same time.
Yeah.
Because one thing I thought, because like that one girl who's just like fucking shook at everything in this little like town, is that I was halfway expecting, because like there's all these different cuts of like the bar flies hanging out in like this like cave of a bar. It's just like the Maz Eisley Contini music starts. It's just like. Just like horrified at all these like slightly alternative people, just like a Budweiser.
Like, no, they showed the Stacy freaking out at mohawks and leather jackets, and also black people and more mohawks. It's like, oh my God, this isn't the Valley. Stacy, oh my God.
Look, I'm not convinced that she's just not put into like a styrofoam box. Look, at the end of every night.
Look, all I'm saying is the guy that was trying to talk to her the whole time, I could have been like on the front porch, like, you know, it was the 80s. I'm obviously smoking a cigarette. They didn't have vapes back then.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm just over there and I just hear him. He's like, I can hear in the distance, oh yeah, I love tacos, and I'll be like, wait, tacos? Bro, let's go. Where's the stand at? I'm going with you.
I love tacos.
I mean, tacos are great.
Yeah. Where's the movie where we just go to all the 80s versions of famous restaurants?
Man, you imagine?
So this is Harold and Kumar go to Taco Bell set in the 80s.
Man, movie food's got to taste better than real life food. Right?
Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, probably, and this is probably before they put all the, you know, the chemicals in it.
Man, I remember
the growth hormones.
God, I was in a play once, and I had to eat burgers. Like I had to scarf down burgers. They were crystal burgers, mind you, because luckily enough there was a fucking crystal like right next to the theater. And but damn, even like trying to munch down 2 of those in like, and when you have to do it in a certain amount of time, I'm just like, oh my God, it's in front of people. Like I remember like dress rehearsal, I'm scarfing down like 6 of them, and I'm like, man, I'm starting to feel a little sick.
It's just like when John Cena had to eat all those empanadas for Suicide Squad.
I can't believe that's a real story. That's fucking amazing.
It's the best.
I love that.
Also, reports are saying that after James Gunn is fully finished with Guardians 3, Peacemaker Season 2.
Yeah, I still need to watch that.
Yeah, you need to watch that. It's fantastic.
Yes. I've heard nothing but
I can't wait to see
things.
John Cena's giant earthworm veins.
Also, if vampires are in this is also in the Vampire's Kiss universe.
Yeah,
Just a few years later, it's like what happens with a rough and tumble street? He becomes an executive on Wall Street.
That's why he's using such a weird accent. He's been infected by the Valley accent, but it fucked with his regular one.
Which that recently got a re-release that if I see it anywhere, I want to pick it up one day.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I actually really enjoyed that movie.
That's really good.
Yeah.
You know what? I liked a lot of the music in Valley Girl.
Yeah, the soundtrack for the most part is great.
There are a lot of like Men at Work. That classic song "I Melt with You." Everyone loves that song. You know, a lot of really good stuff, and then also there's one at the end that I had never heard.
Same, fucking same.
I remember coming across this song when we were doing our One Hit Wonder episode. Go back to check that out. And wouldn't you know, it's like, oh, this is a little Johnny Little Jazz Band song, and you start listening to the lyrics. It's like, what was that? What was that they said? What was that they're asking? And it's the seminal 80s pop classic. Johnny, are you queer? It's basically this girl who's like hot for a dude, but just like she wants to bang him, but like she's pretty sure he's gay. And like that's the song.
Yeah, when I heard, like, you know, I'm watching the movie, you know, I'm hearing, you know, the dialogue and whatnot, and you know, we got subtitles rocking, and I'm hearing the song that's playing, and then of course in my periph I can like read the subtitles too, and I'm just like, wait, what the fuck? Like I'm seriously like, I know nobody at home can see this, but like I'm seriously like, what? Like my eyebrows like could have like lifted off of my head like a fucking anime character, and I was like, what the shit was that?
So I've looked up some critical receptions to this particular song.
All right. Well, what do the people have to say about the seminal classic, Johnny, Are You Queer?
Well, the seminal classic was performed first by the Go-Go's, but then made famous by Josie Cotton, who can be seen in Valley Girl performing
And she
the
plays
song.
herself.
Nobody liked it at all. Multiple conservative groups accused her of promoting homosexuality.
Accused her of promoting homosexuality.
And one network claimed, and I'm quoting, "There is no Josie Cotton. She is actually a gay man trying to convert unsuspecting straight men into a homosexual lifestyle."
They thought this bitch was a fucking drag queen trying to convert these. And funny how cyclical time is.
But also, the Village Voice they were very mad. They were not pleased.
Oh,
they wrote an article called "Josie, Are You a Bitch?" And that was their rebuttal.
The not as popular but still catchy counter song.
Josie Cotton has been contacted, she says, by many people who thanked her for the song because it helped them come to terms with their own sexuality.
Hey, you know, whatever gets you there, and I say God bless.
Yeah.
But also looking at just like in 2022, listen to something in 1983. It's like
it also
that was a choice.
Had a music video too.
Oh no!
It's just Josie Cotton and an actor playing Johnny sitting on a park bench where she makes romantic advances, much to Johnny's discomfort.
What the fuck?
Well, I'm just imagining it's just like this cartoon like 1980s girl, and it's just like this stereotypical gay dude. It's just like, I'm sorry, lady, I'm not feeling it.
But yeah, a lot of the rest of the music was really great.
Oh yeah,
really solid.
For sure.
Really solid.
Yeah, but I'm using this moment to announce that Johnny Are You Queer is now my wrestling intro music.
Apparently, it was also in an episode of Glee.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
you know what? I'm going to say Glee did more damage to queer culture than
and
this
it
song.
was also on the Jackass 2 soundtrack.
What?
So yeah.
Wait a minute.
There we go.
No.
There we go.
Hey,
Like the sound, like is it in the movie or the movie soundtrack?
The Jackass #2 movie soundtrack. Apparently heard in the movie.
Oh God, man, I haven't seen Jackass 2 in ages, but I will say I need to rewatch it because after Forever, I'm like, God damn, I want to watch all the Jackass
and then
movies again.
Forever 0.5 on Netflix.
Yeah, I still haven't watched that one yet.
I haven't watched 4 or 0.5.
4 or 5. There's a fifth one coming soon.
I mean, apparently they're bringing their show back on Paramount Plus, is what I heard.
No, I saw Jackass 5. I'm from the future. It was great.
Oh fuck! It's future Jimmy.
Poopy's fucking died.
No, Poopy's is goated. Poopy
He's
is
goated.
new favorite.
Poopy's MV fucking P of Jackass. Okay, there, I'm saying it.
Hey, no, I'm okay with Jackass Next Generation as long as Poopy's is there.
Hell yeah, Poopies, man. We love you, and we would love to have you on the show. We have to tag Poopies in this episode.
Hey, bitch, you think we can get Poopies on the show?
We'll tag Poopies while taking Poopies.
You know what? I think he would think that would be a great bit and would be on the show if we actually tweeted at Poopies while we Poopies.
I mean,
do it then.
He would know.
Yeah. Like, hi, I'm live streaming from the shitter right now.
You're the TikTok star, Cannon.
I can't live stream yet. I'm almost there.
Get him into 1,000 followers, and he can stream his deuces.
I can't stream my deuces on TikTok. I'm sure that's breaking a fucking law in TikTok police town.
I'm pretty sure you can stream your deuce so long as you don't actually see a turd in the bowl, and you just put running up the hill to cover up your farts.
Look, all these assholes, they can film driving in their car. You can film taking a shit.
Also, I didn't realize how long the Jackass #2 soundtrack is. 23 tracks.
Man, it was a 2-disc set, probably.
It was a chunker. Let's see. That's a lot on.
If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough. That's probably on all of them, probably.
Oh yeah, almost certainly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I will.
Well, granted, some of these aren't actually songs; they're just sound bites from the show.
Oh yeah, they're just like Steve-O screaming. Just, But
Yeah, you're not wrong.
But I will say, you know, back to Valley Girl, Jackass. No. But I will say, you know, again, the plot is like, oh, who do I end up with? You know, like a majority of the film, she is with Randy. You know, but. You know, this whole, like, you know, her friends, he's like, you need to be popular, blah, blah, blah. The turn I thought was just so quick, and like, I know it was supposed to get the scene where, you know, Nick Cage was like, fuck you, man, but just like, you know, going from like, oh my God, the time of my life, to just like, you know what, I just want to, you know, dress cool and hang out at the tennis court, and then just like, visibly upset when like he comes to the door. It's just like, I was like, man, that was definitely a quick turn. Like, that's literally Ron Burgundy. Like, wow, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, because like it's like, I've never been so happy. That Tommy guy was a dick. I love Randy. Oh, we don't like you anymore. Well, what's Tommy doing? Randy, you gotta go.
Yeah,
I need to be popular.
And then Randy goes on like I would say a 1930s noir detective bender, immediately following that rejection.
Gets drunk before getting to the club, drinks more in the club, tries to start a fight outside of the club, throws up by a dumpster.
And his friend just fucking shows up like Batman out of nowhere and saves his life. He's just like launches him into the fucking alley.
Just waiting for that moment. Like, I'm going to follow this sumbitch, and when it gets bad, I'm going to show up, and I'm going to show him that I'm his best friend.
He might as well have had a fucking grappling hook. Just
and much like the friend just like following them around the shadow, Nick Cage followed the main girl around the shadow. Just like when he's just hilariously in different outfits and costumes, wherever she ends up being. He's at the movie theater. He's at the diner. He's at the roller rink. He's at the cemetery.
He's sleeping in a sleeping bag outside of her fucking window.
Like, it becomes Master of Disguise, but I kind of dug that bit. It was fucking funny, especially when like they were at like that little drive-in place with the food. He was like, you forgot the fries and the Coke. He's like, oh, I guess I did thereby, didn't I? And just fucking with him and shit. I forgot what he actually said, but he put on some funny voice and like threw a fry at him. It was good. And even asshole Tommy got a chuckle out of it, if I remember correctly. What?
That might have been a bit of breakage there, but like, yeah,
I hope so, actually.
that would be funny.
Corpsing, send for the man.
Fucking, if any of y'all get that reference, say what's up in the comments.
Fuck!
Just don't swear.
Bullshit.
Or he said, don't say fucking bullshit, or we can't see him. We haven't gotten a comment in a long time.
Well, we haven't gotten like a rating
Yeah.
in a long time. But, you know, like, we don't even get like tweets and shit.
Like,
so.
more apps need like comment features.
Yeah.
I feel there was, I forgot what it was called.
Well, Twitter is all comments.
Well, I mean, like podcast apps. I'm like,
So, like, look, if you're listening to the show, and I know at least like 30 of you are, leave us a comment. Say hello. Just tell us you're there. Like, we keep shouting you out. I'm looking at you, guy from Dublin, or girl from Dublin, or non-binary from Dublin. Person from Dublin. We know you listen, and we love you, and we thank you for it. But you know what? Send us a tweet or something.
Animatronic mechanical individual from Dublin, we thank you for your cybernetic ears.
well, I have it under
Or the Germans, or the New Zealand guy, or Tappahannock, Virginia. Where you at?
I have
Hey, look, we get plenty of interaction from our favorite folks. You know, good pal Markham Manone.
Oh, hell
Our
yeah.
Valentine next year.
And Internal Cauldron of Emotions. Appreciate both of y'all. Y'all are our most interacted individuals.
Mwah.
Always
Yeah.
enjoy talking to y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Man, but I just have it under good authority, however, that Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, they put headphones on her belly, and the kid was listening to Cajun Greatness.
Yep, no, that's true. That's true. Future wrestling superstar is a big fan.
I mean, starting from greatness, and if babies can listen to Mozart and become like big brains, you listen to three jackasses from Alabama, and they'll become a world class.
First word's gonna be poopy.
First word, it's like, can you imagine a kid to like the baby that listens to this episode first, and I get to the Dumb and Dumber diarrhea bit, just like into the microphone. But man, but I mean, shit. I'm trying to think. I had something else I wanted to bring up, but I lost it in the shuffle. Somebody else talk for a bit.
I mean, like Valley Girl's not a bad movie. It's just like
it's not
a lot of con because it's not one of those situations like Raising Arizona, which is our most infamous episode, where the movie's just really good and we can't talk about it because just go watch the fucking movie. This is one of those like there's not a lot to say. Like we talked about the movie.
Really happens. It's just sort of like kids hanging out, like doing shit. Like we kind of hit as much as we can because like it's kind of just shit happens for like 90 minutes. I'm pretty sure somebody else would have watched the movie just like, fuck this fucking 80s garbage bullshit. Nothing happened. I'm channeling Colton Winslow. But
that was a great impersonation. It sounded like just like obligatory fuck you.
9/11.
Somebody isolate that sound bite. just 9/11 and us laughing.
Oh my God.
Listen, the amount of 9/11 jokes that has been said in the last 2 months.
It hasn't been me. I was channeling my Colton Winslow there. That was me.
You did a good impression of Winslow on this week's episode anyways. There's like little fucking like Gremlin and Elmo noses.
Don't pour water on Winslow.
Yeah, don't feed Winslow after midnight.
Man, but I mean, I don't know, like, again, it's not like the greatest thing ever, but I don't know if it's just like how old I am, but it's just like sometimes, in some cases, a nice fucking like 80s like sheen of grease or filter is, kind of my bag. Now, sometimes I have to be reminded, like again, I watched Once Bitten. I was just like, wow, I forgot how gross this movie can be.
It's like how many 80s movies are just sex crimes?
Yeah, it's not Porky's gross, but
there's got to be very few things.
Like, God, looking back, God, some of those movies.
Revenge of the Nerds.
Just why? Just fucking why?
Like, College Humor did a whole sketch of, hey, these 80s teen comedies are just rape.
I mean, yeah.
Speaking of College Humor, Gold Cannon there got followed by a guy we're very fond of.
Oh, man. I don't know how this happened. It was just a thing that happened.
Cannon making quality TikTok.
Like, I was literally on my way to go see my dad for Father's Day, and oh God, I hope my phone's on silent. Okay, it's not, but I did solve the problem. No wonder. And Jesus H. Murphy, like first, at least I knew Matt McCarthy mostly from the Batman College Humor. It was College Humor who did those, right?
Yeah,
like the parody videos with Pete Holmes. Pete Holmes. I said Pete Davidson. What the fuck? I'm stupid.
Pete Holmes. He's
Holmes.
also,
I'm sorry, Pete Holmes.
He's also the Riddler in that one.
He is also the Riddler. I think he was Two-Face also at one point.
He was Two-Face. He was Gordon, and he was Riddler. And then Patton Oswalt was Penguin.
But Matt McCarthy, like, I guess digs my shit. I don't know why.
Because you're funny. And
people keep telling me that, and I'm glad I'm glad y'all think I'm funny. Thank you, everyone who thinks I'm funny, because sometimes I don't think the joke hits. And also, thank you, Matt McCarthy. I know you're listening, bud.
Yep.
Definitely.
one of our regulars.
You are now also our Valentine.
Just tag him, see if he wants to be on the show.
I'm going to follow you around like Nick Cage does.
Watch out! You're definitely going to see Ken sleeping in a bag outside of your front lawn.
I'm going to shave my titty hair into a Y. I'm going to go to the beach, get my hair wet, and Matt McCarthy's going to see me and go, man, I wish he'd come to. He's going to be, God, I wish he'd come to this party. But he's dressed as Commissioner Gordon at the beach, sweating his fucking nuts off.
like he's got the glasses, he's got the mustache, he's got the trench coat, but he just has a fucking Speedo on.
Man.
Well. I think that's probably just about do it for tonight.
I mean, you know what? I wasn't sure what tonight was going to be. I felt like it might be a little low energy, but then we were pretty manic for this episode.
Yeah, this was one of our wackier ones.
Man, I think they put meth in pineapple White Claws.
You know,
I'm feeling weird.
Oh, and then Cannon just phased through a wall. He clipped through reality.
I'm the new Flash. Fuck you, Ezra Miller.
I mean, at this point,
zoom.
WB is holding open auditions.
Like, there's a meme that I saw that makes me the happiest, and it's Professor Zoom from the animated shows. It's the meme of it was me, Barry, but it's like, remember when you assaulted a few random civilians, groomed a teen, and kidnapped someone? That wasn't me, Barry. That was all you. Seriously, you need some help.
Yeah.
And it's not inaccurate.
And there definitely will be a true crime novel detailing Ezra Miller's crimes in detail, and it's going to be a whopper of a doorstopper called "We Need to Talk About Ezra."
Mm-hmm.
And it's just going to be a picture of them from "We Need to Talk About Kevin," but it's him black and white, or them black and white, and then the flash overlaid behind it.
And then they're going to make a movie of it, and the soundtrack will be provided by Better Than Ezra.
Man, whopper of a doorstopper. I'm going to have to use that in my everyday. That's a good one. That is a good one. I like that.
Yeah, there you go.
And also, while you're at it, and while I have the Y shape in my titty hair, also cast me as Mira.
Yeah, sure.
I think I look pretty fly in that green outfit in a tiara and a hamburger meat on my chest.
Yeah, no. I'd watch that movie.
I get to make out with Jason Momoa. Yes.
It's been a long time coming. No longer are Cannon and Jason Momoa just text friends. They're mouth friends.
What a callback.
And that is what we call in the biz full circle.
Okay.
And we call this a full diaper.
Yeah!
Oh. Cannon.
Yes.
Where can the people find you?
Well, I have been That Cannon Guy. You can find me at That Cannon Guy on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, Goodreads, and, of course, TikTok.
Patrick?
Yes, hello, and good night. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at John Lost His Name. If you would, please be so kind as to go check out the AYC8 side of things. Because if you're listening to this on the week it comes out, that means back on Monday, June 20th, we release episode 268. For Cannon, myself, and JoJo, we had another late night banter session where we talked about the 31st anniversary of The Rocketeer, hilarious restaurant scandals, and just some fun things that we've been up to. It's been a good time to get the Art House cream back together again.
And I am Captain Shimmy. You can follow me at Captain Shimmy's Kinda Art, Captain Shimmy's Almost Music, Captain Shimmy's Toy Box. Those are my various projects. I also have a new mini podcast thing that I've been doing recently. It's called Captain Shimmy's Effed Up Head. It's much more serious. It's just me talking for 10 minutes about all the things that Pat keeps cutting off when I try to say them on here.
Hey, I was leading people to the eventual goal.
But you have to spell out effed.
Yeah, EFFED.
Yes.
You can find links to that on any of my other Captain Shimmy's bullshit. It's fine. You can also find me here at the comic strip in Tuscaloosa if you want to buy some comics. I got some cool comics. Come buy them. And you can also check out the Cajun Greatness merch store at tpublic.com/user/Cajun Greatness.
Wee Wee has something to say.
Where's the squeaky toy?
We have a new mascot, it seems.
Yeah,
One
Wee
that
Wee has
makes
something
noise.
to say, but we're not allowed to say it because they cannot be trusted near an open mic.
Let's just say we know what their favorite song was from Valley Girl.
I just know Darwin and Piper are probably like, where the fuck is it? They're freaking out.
We're gracious enough to give Otto a Twitter, but that's as far as we're going to go.
Yeah.
tpublic.com/user/Cajun Greatness. It's our merch store. And we'll see you next week. Next week it is Cannon's choice of movie, Uncaged episode. Special guest Ken Logan, who you might remember from the Left Behind episode.
He's so special he doesn't even know he's guesting yet.
No, I told him we're cool. I got it covered.
Yeah, wink.
He'll be here.
Smothered, covered in cat, baby.
So, Cannon, do you know what we're watching? You still got to figure it out. You want to tell us now? You want to tell us later? We'll figure it out on the shows.
I'm not going to lie. I still don't know what we're doing.
Fair enough. So it'll be a surprise, probably even to Cannon.
Yes.
Should be good. And, we will see you, everybody. We'll see you next week. And if you see us sleeping on your yard in a sleeping bag, bring us some water. It's hot as fuck outside.
Yeah,
it's hot out here in the grass.
Dye your hair.
Totally. Oh my
What
God.
is wrong with you?
Oh my God. Good night.
Bye.
How absurd.
Why couldn't you put the bunny back in the box?
How absurd.
I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence.